you all. As Jack says, my name is Lydia and I represent the University of the West of England. That's quite a long name, so we call ourselves UWE Bristol for short. I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes or so just introducing you to the university and explaining what we have to offer, and then there'll be plenty of time for questions after that. But thank you so much for taking the time to dial in tonight. So what can UWE Bristol offer? Well, we offer students more than a degree. It's a 360 experience. Really, in today's global competitive job market, knowledge alone just isn't enough, and practical work experience really is a must. So UWE Bristol ensures that their graduates are positioned for the future that they really want, and that means academically, practically, professionally and socially as well. For those of you that are not familiar with your UK geography, I just wanted to show you exactly where UWE Bristol is located. So you can see us there on the map of the UK. We've included London as well, just to put that in perspective. And to travel from Bristol to London, it takes just 90 minutes by train. And actually it's very easy to travel around the whole of the UK. So if you come to study at UWE Bristol, you'll have plenty of time in your vacations to explore all of the UK. So it's a really exciting experience as well as an academic one. UWE Bristol is a campus university. We actually have 3 different campuses located just on the outskirts of Bristol. And I think it's really nice that you have the benefit of both worlds, in that you have this lovely sense of community whilst you're on the campus. So most of the people that you've come across are your fellow students, academic members of staff. But then we have the city centre just on our doorsteps as well for all of your shopping and social experiences. All of our campuses are very green and lots of trees, so really nice environment to spend time in. We're one of the UK's most popular universities with almost 30,000 students studying with us. And as I mentioned, we do have 3 campuses, both Frenchay and Glenside. Oh, excuse me, I see there's a typo on this slide. So Frenchay and Glenside are 3 to 4 miles just north of the city centre of Bristol. And we also have Bower Ashton, which is our city centre campus. And that's just a 10-minute walk away from the centre of the city. We have excellent public transport links in Bristol. So to travel from Frenchay and Glenside, our campuses that are further away, it's very easy to reach. You can travel by bus and in just 10 minutes be in the main shopping area of Bristol. The university has a good reputation, and we were really proud to recently receive Gold in the Teaching Excellence Framework. And Gold is the highest rating available, and it's assessment of teaching standards and also facilities at the university. So we were very, very pleased to receive the top mark, an acknowledgement of the standards of our education at UWE. We're also ranked 37th in the UK in the most recent Guardian League table. And again, that's something that we're very pleased about, because the Guardian League table is one that takes into consideration the factors that are most important to students. So it's really looking at the student satisfaction of our current students and graduates, and again, our facilities and our support services. So it's great that we're able to achieve such a high rating in that. We're not a very research intensive university, but the research that we do, we make sure that it's having a very positive effect on the community around us, so that it's very, very beneficial. So for example, we do a lot of research with robotics, and we're looking at assisting the elderly with that. The university consistently achieves really high student satisfaction ratings. And again, that's something that we're really very proud of. And it's so important to know that the students that are studying with us are genuinely enjoying their experiences. I just met with one of our graduates yesterday in Mexico City, Carolina, and she graduated, it was almost 3 years ago now, and she still is talking about how much she loved her experience and how much it's helped her, not just academically, but the skills that she developed, such as becoming more confident, independent, thinking creatively has really helped her with her career back here in Mexico City. It is a very, very supportive environment at UWE. So genuinely, we're there to help you. And obviously, it is quite a scary, overwhelming experience coming to study in another country. But we're there to help you every step of the way. So from the moment you land in the airport, we'll be there to greet you. We have an orientation week for when you first arrive. But really, for the duration of your degree, anything you need, we're there to help. It's also a very diverse environment. So 25% of our students are international, and they come from over 130 different countries. So you might be thinking about all of the UK friends that you're going to make, but actually you'll be making networks from all over the world, and opening up career opportunities in places you may never have even thought of. I just wanted to show you some photographs from our 3 different campuses. So Frenchay is our main campus. About 23,000 of our students study there. And at Frenchay, we teach subjects like business, engineering, architecture. We also have Glenside Campus, and this is where we teach our health sciences, such as nursing, physiotherapy, and optometry. And finally, last but certainly not least, is our city campus, Bower Ashton. And this is where we teach all of our arts, creative and design programs, things like journalism, filmmaking, fashion. And even though this one is in the city centre, it feels like you're many miles away because, again, it's so beautiful. It's set next to an old manor house. And on the picture here, you can see the deers that run around in the gardens. So even though it's right in the city centre, it's still a really beautiful place to spend time. We offer over 500 courses at UWE, so there's a lot of choice available. Our highest ranked subject areas are subjects like architecture, journalism, education, and filmmaking. At UWE Bristol, we really focus on practice-orientated programs, and we really want to set our students up for the future, allow them to get some really hands-on experience, and then hit the ground running when they do start work. So our students are presented with scenarios that they would be in the real world, whether they're studying business, marketing, engineering, all the way through to programs like art and design. And we really focus on real-world learning experiences. So our laboratories are set up as they would be in the working world. We have criminology students that study in mock crime scenes and collect evidence. We have a simulated hospital environment for our health students. And even for our marketing students, they're presented cases that a client might present to them in the real world. So it really ensures that our graduates are ready for work, and it really helps to boost their employability. We've been also investing a huge amount of money in our facilities and our buildings. So we have a lot of new buildings across our campuses. The picture that you can see here on the slide is of our new business and law centre. This is a fantastic new modern building, fantastic facilities, great lecture halls. So again, we're really investing in our students. This is a picture of our filmmaking studio, and we really invest in high quality industry standard equipment. So the cameras that you can see here and the lighting equipment the same equipment was used to shoot Blade Runner, the film that recently won an Oscar. So you're learning on equipment that you'll also be using in the real world. And as I say, all this really helps to make our students more employable. And we have one of the highest employability ratings of all UK universities. And 95% of our graduates were in employment or further study just 6 months after graduating. Place a lot of emphasis on helping our graduates to obtain work placements and internships. So over 9,200 were taken in the past year. And we also have a work placement scheme which is purely open to our international students. So you're not having to compete with our UK students for those places. And we have a lot of connections with national and international employers. So that's helping you to gain work experience, helping you to find graduate roles. And we also work with employers to shape the curriculum of our programs so that we ensure that what our students are learning is things that is going to be really relevant to their career in the future. So all of these fantastic things are going on at UWE Bristol, but another great thing about the university is the city that we're located in. And Bristol was actually voted the best city to live in the UK by the Times newspaper last year. So as well as a wonderful academic experience, you'll also have a brilliant social experience. Bristol is a very lively, vibrant city. It's known as a city of festivals, so there's always something going on. Almost every weekend there's music festivals, art festivals, food festivals, and we have a hot air balloon festival. You can see the pictures of the hot air balloons on this slide once a year as well. It has all of those things, but it's also a compact city. So it's very easy to get around. It means that you don't have to spend too much time stuck in traffic or money on public transport. And it's a very beautiful city as well. So it's set on the water. Bristol has a harbour side with lots of boats, really pretty, colourful buildings. We have some quirky, edgier areas where you can take tours of all of the street art, fantastic shopping areas, a lot of culture in the city, and there really is something for everyone. I'm just going to click through and show you the Visit Bristol Instagram page. So hopefully you can see that on your screens, just to show you some more pictures from around the city, and you can see what a great place it is to spend some time. So there's some pictures of the harbour side there, the lovely colourful buildings that I mentioned, some street art, more pictures of the harbour side, hot air balloons. So this is the Visit Bristol Instagram page. So when you have a little bit of more time, then feel free to check that out for yourselves. But it really is a wonderful city to spend some time. And actually not just voted by the Times newspaper, voted by our students in lots of different polls as well. So just to click back into the slides. So hopefully that's whet your appetite and you're really interested in studying at UWE Bristol. If you do want to come and study with us, these are the entry requirements that we have. So for master's programs, postgraduate programs, we're really just looking for students with at least a tutor with good grades. Also, you will need to take an English language test as well. At UWE Bristol, we do accept a few different English language tests, so that would also include TOEFL. But if you take an IELTS test, we'd need a score of 6.5 for our master's programs, and for undergraduate programs, a score of 6.0. Don't worry if you don't achieve a score that high, because we do also offer pre-sessional English programs. So depending on the score that you do achieve in your English language test, you may want to come for 17 weeks, 6 weeks, or just 2 weeks. I think one fantastic thing that UWE Bristol offers is a free 2-week English language and academic culture programme. So maybe if you are feeling a little bit nervous of starting your studies in a new country and a new language, this is a programme to help you adjust, brush up on your English language, and also get an early introduction to the academic culture. So things like how to structure an essay. So just to give you a little bit of reassurance before you start your main programme. The average cost of tuition at UWE is £13,000. Remember, in the UK, master's programmes are just 1 year and bachelor degrees are just 3 years, so that is the cost per year. And the cost of living is higher than it is in Latin America, but Bristol, it's much lower in comparison to cities like London, so your budget would stretch further than if you were looking at studying there. Luckily, we do have some scholarships available as well. Sadly, no full scholarships, but we do have some 50% discounts available. Those are available to students that have good grades. We also have scholarships dedicated to students from Latin America. For this year, those scholarships were for £2,500, but we're hoping for next year that that amount will increase a little bit. For any of you that are interested in studying business programs such as the MBA or international business management, we have some 50% scholarships available for those programs too. And those programs offer not only September starts, but January entry as well. So that was all of the information that I was wanted to present to you today. As I say, my name is Lydia Robinson. I hope that that's whet your appetite and you are interested in studying with us. We're going to open up for questions, so I hope I can help. Thank you for listening.
Carla says quite interesting. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Carla.
Pamela Delgado is asking, hello, what is the TOEFL score that is needed?
Hi, Pamela. Sorry I didn't mention that. The TOEFL score would be an average of 90. You're welcome.
I was wondering, Carla is asking, I was wondering if you guys have any programs related with ESL or EFL. Carla, can you explain a little bit what is ESL and EFL? In the meantime, Matthias is asking, do they assist us with the documents? I can tell you that, so at the moment you are connected to a webinar of Innov Education, and yes, we help you in the whole process with the documents. We check everything for you. We also make sure that the translations are okay, and we help you with the visa, so the entire process. ESL stands for English as a Second Language, or English as a Foreign Language, ESL and EFL.
Sadly not. And I assume that would be for a master's program.
That would be for a master's program, Carla? Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry we don't offer that. So 500 courses, but not that one. I'm so sorry.
You're welcome, Carla, and you can always contact us, and we look to find exactly what you are looking for, of course. Carla is thanking you again, very helpful. And Pamela Delgado is asking, in what campus is the public health/global health master taken?
So thank you, Carla. And Pamela, that is taught at our Frenchay campus, so the main campus where most of our students study.
Would it maybe be possible, Lydia, to send them a PDF of the presentation? Yeah. You can send them some more information.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they can look at it later again.
Yeah, we'll send the PDF through so that you have a reminder of all of the information as well. And then, of course, for any questions that you think of after this evening, then Jack and I are always happy to help at any time.
Matthias says, thanks a lot. Carla says, thank you again.
Thanks, Matthias. Thanks, Carla.
One more question from Pamela. When do the applications start?
So Pamela, if you were applying for September 2019,
yes.
You can apply from this September. There's no deadline to apply, but we do recommend getting your application in as early as possible because sometimes some of the more popular programs can close. And certainly to be in with a chance of scholarships, it's good to get your application in as early as possible, definitely before May 2019. And then that gives you lots of time to prepare as well, and you can take your time over your visa application, accommodation applications, and so on.
Ideally, September, of course, that's for students who are really nicely on time.
Yeah.
But May is for students who are very late. So ideally,
yes, somewhere in the middle, maybe.
Somewhere in the middle, definitely. Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Please, of course, feel free to ask anything. Can be about the university, but also about Bristol, transport, and otherwise we stop the webinar. Matthias says, nice presentations. If I got a question, I will ask you on email. Thank you and goodbye.
Oh, thank you, Matthias. I'm really glad that it was helpful.
Okay, thank you all very much for attending. As said, you can always contact us if you have any questions. Innova will send you the PDF and we'll be in contact with you as well. So this is it for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for listening.